Somebody get the hook! Hey fam, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no-frills American Idol commentary from a singer. Baby, let me tell you, so much happened today. It was such an emotional roller coaster. I am whipped. I am ready. I am just drained. But I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Let me tell you what happened. It's the second night of American Idol premiere, and Kris Allen is there in the big hall to help the contestants and calm their nerves a little bit. We started out in Little Rock, Arkansas with Cameron Richard. He did Give Me Love by Ed Sheeran, and he had such an accent when he came in, but of course when he started to sing, his vocal was surprisingly clear. He was nasal, but he was attacking this with all the emotion he could muster. It was all kinds of loud, but it wasn't bad, it was just loud. J-Lo said he has a lot of passion, Harry said he has a wonderful gift, and he got 3 yeses to go to Hollywood. Then Daniel Farman was up. He was 24. He did How Does It Feel by D'Angelo. Woo, he was crushing on J-Lo in his pre-roll, and he sang to her in the room. And he sounded really good. He was very confident with a great tone, lots of swagger. And he also performed the song, and he finessed the high notes really well. And he's a clown, so he was acting silly with it a little bit. And just wonderful vocal control without seemingly trying. J-Lo loved his voice and said it felt like him, and also called him funny and sexy. Harry told him to nail all his runs. Keith called his voice beautiful, but also echoed Harry about landing the runs. And then they had J-Lo going through this Little Rock dating app for some reason. I don't know, or maybe it was just a bit because different contestants' faces were coming up on the app, and eventually Ryan Seacrest. But it was kind of funny. I just was like, I don't know, you know, it showed some of the really funny bad auditions while they were doing it, so you know, I'm happy with that. Then Dalton Rapattoni was up. He was 19. He did Phantom of the Opera, and this was a really interesting song choice that started out really nice, and it showed his quirkiness. He didn't handle the big notes so well, but the moody middle was really good, and the scales going down, the Phantom of the Opera, were really clean and clear and crisp, and I really enjoyed this. Harry told him that sometimes people get constricted by their genre, but said he dug his rendition. J-Lo said he had an interesting mix of things and called him unique. Keith said he gave them his own artistic contribution, and he got 3 yeses to go to Hollywood. And if you think I'm giving you my own artistic contribution, please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you are watching, that you are enjoying. Also share with other people and let them know that we are over here discussing American Idol. It's the final season. Let's take this thing out with a bang. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and thank you for your thumbs. Next, we got a quick collage of several people who didn't make it through after a talk about second chances and this being the last time to audition for Idol. Of course, there were lots of tears and all that good stuff. I was like, why are they even going through this? Just pulling on heartstrings. Then we had Renae. She was 22. She did Creep by Radiohead. She had a wonderful rich sound while J-Lo held her baby and she sang to her. I loved her vibrato and the way she slipped into her melismas. She also brought on the rough at points and then just flipped right back into the sweetness. Very nice control. Keith said he loves hearing a fresh take on a song. Harry said he loved it and compared her to an assassin with runs and said she destroyed it. J-Lo said she loved it a lot and she's off to Hollywood. And Maddie McAllister was 15. She did Cowboy Casanova by Carrie Underwood. And she brought in a champion chicken from her farm, right? It's funny, but the chicken was all restless and jumping around and stuff when he was in Keith's arms. But as soon as she started singing, he was perfectly still. Just Harry said she sounds too young. J-Lo agreed that she needs a couple of more years, and so did Keith, and she got 3 no's. I'm sure the chicken would not agree. Next, we moved on to San Francisco. DeWyze was on hand here to help audition in the big stadium. Brook sample was first. She was 28 years old. She did Cold Day in July by the Dixie Chicks. And she came in and had the judges laughing, but they weren't laughing when she started singing. She had such a tender sound with a nice light gruff to it. She had been really flummoxed in the pre-roll and she kept saying, I'm sorry, but she was totally poised while she was singing until she got to a certain part and forgot the words, but she got back on quickly and finished out the song well. Harry told her that she needed to have a little confidence, and he thought she did a great job. J-Lo said her voice was very, very beautiful. Keith said she had an interesting, unique voice and called it special, and she got 3 yeses to go to Hollywood. Next we had Olivia Rocks. She was 16 and she did When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. She played the piano and handled this very sweetly, very sparse chord work and just letting the words drip out of her heart. This was a nice approach, and Harry didn't even let her finish. He was like, oh, that's enough. Harry called her an extraordinary talented kid. J-Lo said she did really beautifully. Keith called her really refreshing, and she got 3 yeses, of course. Then we got a parade of girls. Jessica Clarke, Ameet Kanon, Kayla Mickelsen all went through after short clips of them singing. Melanie Tierce was next. She did Rise Up, and Harry walked out on her audition after saying it's a yes from the start and giving her a high five. I don't know why he just jumped up acting crazy and foolish, but she just kept going, kept singing. He walked off stage and sat in a chair. She played the guitar and had a nice whispery tone, but also had some meat to it. Harry said it was absolutely stunning and the best he's heard in 3 years of auditioning. Keith said she was terrific. Next there was Malie Delgado. She was 20 years old. She did Chariot by Gretchen Wilson, and she was Miss Alaska 2014, and she launched into this with all the grit and gruff and comfortability of a seasoned performer. Then she started rapping, and she was good at that too, and she looked good. I was like, is there anything this woman can't do? J-Lo said she had a really super strong and present voice. Harry told her it's going to be a dogfight because of all the girls in her category, which he called Blue, and she got 3 yeses, and they called her a star after she left the room. After commercial, we came back and Harry and Keith were playing a little jam session, doing their little thing, really cool and relaxed, and they seemed to have a lot of fun together. Then Harry switched with Ryan the judge and tried to set him up, with the next contestant. It was Brandyn Burnett. He did Lost, an original song, and he sat down at the piano for this, and the song was actually pretty good. He got kind of emotional while he was singing it, and you could tell it really meant something to him. Harry snuck up behind him and laid his head on his shoulder and hugged him from behind. I thought the vocal was okay, but the silliness really kind of took away from the whole feeling of what was going on. Ryan said he felt the emotion and told Brandyn he sang it beautifully. J-Lo also liked him, and Keith said yes, so he got 4 yeses. Next up was Kirsty Jewell. She was 15. She did Mama Knows Best by Jessie J. And I know just from looking at Twitter that I'm going to have oh Lord, this is going to be a firestorm, but I don't care. I got to tell you what I thought. This girl started out loud and shrill and pretty much screamed all the way through the audition. She seemed to have some good flavors in her vocal, but it was kind of overpowered by just her sheer power. It was just all so loud. I just couldn't take it. But anyway, Harry said she had an incredible, clear, loud, energetic instrument, and she got 3 yeses to go to Hollywood. What did you guys think? Did you think it was too loud? Did you think it was incredible? I read some of the Twitter tweets, and people were like, oh, I loved it. I really liked it. And I just heard loud. Sarah Hayes was up next. She did Hero by Bonnie Tyler, and she walked in, and I felt like she was high or something, because she was just all swagalicious, and she was going, doing her thing, and she was all in. She was talking so much, and they were trying to get her to sing, and she was, oh, Keith, this is the Harry, this is J-Lo, and blah, blah, blah. And she did like, what song? Kept asking her, what song you doing? What song you doing? So finally she started to sing, and it was okay. But after one line, she forgot the words, and she was hitting herself, and I was like, what is this girl is just falling apart. So then she said, oh, I'm going to sing another song. I don't know why I can't remember the words. So she says, I'm going to do Invincible. And she was just starting to sing the song good, and bam, she forgot the words, and again she's like, oh my god, I don't know why this is happening to me. And this, I like to see the auditions where people are like funny bad, but this was just heartbreaking, and and J-Lo looked like she was about to cry, and I was like, oh my goodness, just get her out of the room. Get the hook, get the hook. Harry told her there's a tremendous lack of focus, but gave her a yes. But Keith wasn't having it. Keith was like, no, you were bad, you didn't do this, this is really a bad audition, you can't have any excuses, and I tend to agree with Kim. J-Lo says that she was worried that the girl couldn't handle the pressure. She got 2 no's from J-Lo and Keith. What did you guys think? It was just hard to watch. That wasn't even a fun audition. I like the funny bad ones, but that was kind of heartbreaking. So we seem to have went back to Little Rock for the final contestant. contestant. It was Tristan McIntosh. She was 15. She did Why Baby Why by Mickey Guyton. And she sat at the piano and whoa, she had them pretty low tones coming out. She sounded country at times. She handled the song very well. Nice approach with connected emotion and great phrasing. I really liked her. J-Lo said it gave her the goosies. Harry told her he liked her a lot and said she has a lot going on. J-Lo also said her heart reminds her of Alicia Keys. Keys said she had so many things that are all coming together as an artist. Then Harry read a letter to her from her mom while she cried. Then they surprised her and her mom walked into the room. She was supposed to be stationed somewhere in the Middle East and she showed up. Oh, just a wonderful, heart-wrenching segment. Just beautiful. Her mom gave her the ticket to go to Hollywood. A wonderful ending to a wonderful show. And I'm wiped out. What about you? Did you see it? Oh, too many emotions all up in one show. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. Let me know if you enjoyed the show. Make sure to thumb it out, send it around, let other people know that we are discussing American Idol for the final season over here. Thank you guys. If you stuck around, make sure to stay stuck around down in the comments. I am out. Peace.